Finance Minister on Saturday outlined local manufacturing of cell phones,
Morning.
which she said is important. How should this be boosted, or rather, can it be boosted? And how do you see this boost India's manufacturing, capability versus how you would actually play a role in this?
So, in the budget speech, there was a specific reference to electronics manufacturing, and Honorable Finance Minister stated that we should be a part of the global value chain, and she used the word electronic assembly. There is an expectation of a new national electronics policy. The tariff structures have been rationalized and increased. One, to promote domestic electronics manufacturing in India, and second, to deepen manufacturing. So I think for this sector, it's an extremely positive step. And I think for any industry to mature, to stand on its own feet, it needs some hand-holding. And that's what the government is doing. We welcome it, and specifically for Dixon, we feel that we are sitting on an inflection point wherein we can think of new investments, we can think of expanding our capacities, and over a period of time, there will be an opportunity for us not only to service the domestic market, but also the global markets. Because once the scale kicks in, operating leverage comes into the system, and you become globally competitive. And today on the productivity side, on the skill set side, we are already there, I think.
Okay, that's a pretty positive outlook coming in terms of manufacturing. Do you also see, the pickup in consumption given all of the moves outlined this time around on the demand side? What is the outlook that you have? Are you already seeing some green shoots, and given the booster shot that the finance minister has tried to outline with the tax moves, do you see things improving going forward?
So I could see an uptick in January. I think things are going to normalize. Now it's very difficult to comment that the initiatives taken by the finance minister by reducing the taxation and how much is going to really help in increasing the consumption. But what I can see is that from January itself, there was an uptick, and I think it's going to sustain in February, March. It's going to take some time, but the consumption levels are going to get back to normal. That's what I believe.
There is a mention in the budget speech of SEZ for electronic manufacturing. Now, we don't have the details. I mean, the details is something which we'll have to wait. SEZ in electronic manufacturing coming, is that good news for you? Is that bad news for you? Because whereas SEZ in manufacturing is going to be extremely effective, this also could, invite perhaps some of the global companies which right now are working through a company like Dixon to come and set their own manufacturing.
So one has to study the finer points of it. But I per se feel that it's welcome. More competition, more people coming into the system. You become again a part of the global value chain. You reduce the transactional cost. You are having access to the global funding. Your interest rate possibly goes down. So I think overall it's a significant positive step. But one has to study the finer print once the exact policy note comes in.
In general, Indian companies are not very competitive in making white goods, cell phones, smartphones. Do you see that changing now that corporate tax rate has come down? SEZ in manufacturing, if it comes down, are we looking at a very large structural change?
So I feel that these are significant steps. It's a journey always. And in an Indian electronics industry, in an Indian electronics manufacturing industry, that journey has started. Finally, we are going to be globally competitive. I firmly believe that. Just like in lighting, today globally we are competitive. We can take the Far Eastern countries and the Chinese head on. That's what I feel. Our product portfolio, our technology, our cost competitiveness is there. And over a period of time, once the scale becomes operative, similar thing is going to happen in other sectors also. It's going to happen even in mobile and the smartphones. One has to just wait and watch and see.